Today it's not as exciting as yesterday. This is a little bit of my office view today. There's going to be a couple of birds flying in and out. Maggies, we call it magpies. They are beautiful birds here in Australia. They actually swoop you and try to kill you in springtime, but otherwise they're very sensitive and gentle and intelligent creatures. You can actually feed them out of your hand, and yeah, they're really clever. So they might come into view. But today I wanted to talk about all things manifesting, and I really wanted to talk about how circumstances don't matter and how to set boundaries in the 3D if you're having difficult times, particularly with a specific person. So let's talk a little bit about that, and feel free to ask questions. Thank you for joining. And feel free to let me know where you're from. I'm loving seeing where everyone is from, and just building this beautiful community. So, circumstances and why they don't matter. So, essentially, circumstances, we call them circumstances because it's usually something unwanted. And when we're faced with unwanted circumstances, often we plug into it and we can become really tangled up in it, feeling all sorts of feels, feeling out of sort, feeling guilt, shame, resentment, anger, sadness, all of these really lower level vibes, lower level frequencies. So, what we really want to remember with manifesting is that circumstances never matter, because everything's changing all the time. The past doesn't matter, the future doesn't matter. The only important time is right now. This is where we're creating from. So if you're experiencing unwanted circumstances, there's a couple of things we can do. I often find it's important to acknowledge it and really acknowledge your feelings. If you've got some strong feelings going on, it's a really good indicator of where your blocks might be. So, for example, if you have a specific person and all of a sudden they've said they don't want anything to do with you, and they've blocked you or they've ghosted you or something like this, it just feels awful. There could be feelings of rejection, resentment, anger. Hello, Jeffrey, welcome. Thank you for being here. We're talking all things manifesting today, and circumstances and why they don't matter. So, if you've had a really terrible experience with your specific person, and they've blocked you, they've ghosted you, something terrible like this. Hi, Cindy, welcome. What we can do is we can acknowledge it, we can acknowledge our feelings, we can see the 3D for what it is, and we can just say, no, thank you very much. We can just say, I'm noticing what's happening in my 3D, I'm observing it. We want to be in observer mode. We don't want to be in action, insertion, assertion mode. We just want to observe, because that's really what we're doing. We're observing our inner 4D world, and then we're observing our 3D world. So when unwanted circumstances show up, particularly with someone you love, you just don't have to plug into it. You can just say, no, thank you very much. That's not for me. You can either just pull your energy back. You could set a boundary in place and say, I'm not enjoying this experience, but let's connect later down the track. Or you could, simply just not say or do anything at all. Just pull your energy back and go within, because that's always the answer. Going within and just really trusting that your 4D is creating, and that's it. So the 4D creates, the 3D reflects. There's nothing really more to it. I can thank you for your comments, Jeffrey. So yeah, I think it's really important to always recenter, come back to who you are, come back to this story that you want to be experiencing. So if you've got unwanted circumstances showing up, the best thing to do is go back within and revise what's happened. You can revise it if someone has said something mean to you or blocked you, or there's a third party. Go back within, revise it, and just be like, no, this is what happened instead. This person has always chosen me. They're always choosing me. They love me. They worship me. They always prioritize me. I'm always first. You want to stay in this beautiful chosen energy. And then what you want to do is go back to your end story and marinate in that with your person. So, what does the end look like? You're in a loving, committed relationship. You might live together. Your person has proposed. You're engaged. You could be planning your wedding, planning a family. You want to marinate back there. So, circumstances, they never matter because, as I was saying before, the only important time is now. We're always creating in the now moment. So, if you've had a terrible day yesterday, and I call them wobbly days, or you're really anxious about the future, I want you to just bring yourself back to this now moment. This is why meditation is so helpful. Meditation by Jeffrey, thank you. Meditation and inner conversations, and just really knowing that you're the only operant power. Okay? So there's nothing outside of you. This is all you. It's all coming from you. It's all coming from you. It's never coming at you from external, from anything external. You are in control. You are the operant power, and then the mirror simply reflects that. That's all that's going on. And a lot of the time I find, because we've lived in this, 3D experience for so long, and we look for evidence in order to prove that it's real, which is sort of keeping us behind the game. We want to just flip the way that we do things. We want to really build and empower our 4D world, because this is where we're creating from. So what is your 4D story? What is that? Because that's going to give you a lot of information about what's going to show up in your 3D. And often it's so easy for us to dabble into the negative story, because maybe we've lived down there in that negative story for so long that it feels familiar. It just feels normal. So we don't want to be doing that anymore. It takes the same amount of energy to think positively as it does negatively. It just doesn't feel as good when we think negatively. So thank you everyone for joining. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I'm going to be on here for probably 10 minutes more. And let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're from. I'm in Australia. I'm in Victoria. It's a beautiful day, really hot. We're coming, oh, there's some birds, magpies. Coming into summertime. It's getting hot. Today's up to, I think, 90 Fahrenheit. So we're inside with the air conditioner on. We just call it the aircon. We shorten everything over here. I think a lot of you in the UK, Europe, and the US are going into a very big, deep winter with snow. I love snow. It's just so beautiful. We only get it on the mountains up here, and we also have snow machines. But we do have like 3 months of massive snow seasons, and it's beautiful. But if you have any questions, let me know. So circumstances don't matter. This is really important, because I think a lot of the times we get hung up about what's going on in the 3D. If it's really good, then it's more motivating to marinate in our end story. But when it's negative, it can just be like, oh, my whole world is falling down. What is going on? I need to take action. I need to fix this. And often it's the first thing that we want to do when, our specific person pulls away from us. We want to fix it. We want to take action. But you actually don't have to take any physical action out there in the 3D. Remember, it's the 4D where we're operating from. So what is your 4D story? Is it, I'm chosen, I'm respected, I'm worthy, I'm deserving, everyone loves me and chooses me and adores me, I'm always put first, everyone is just so kind to me, money flows to me effortlessly, my SP is madly in love with me and they only want to be with me now until the end of time, they worship me, they're dedicated, they're devoted to me. Is this your story? Because if this is your story with your specific person, that is going to be emanated out in the 3D. And of course, it's okay to have doubts. Like, it's absolutely okay. And often I say to clients in sessions, even when you're having doubts, you may manifest the best things that have ever happened to you in your life. So don't be afraid of having doubts. Don't be afraid of feeling wobbly, having a wobbly day, thinking that things aren't working, because everything's always working out for you all the time, especially if you can't see it. I use my restaurant analogy here. When you order your dinner at the restaurant and you hand it over to the chef, you hand that over and they're going to bring you something delicious. They're going to bring you your order. It's the same with manifesting. We don't need to go into the kitchen and interfere. We simply just need to relax, maybe have a glass of wine, and simply just trust in the process. So, yeah, that is circumstances. That is why circumstances don't matter, in a nutshell, essentially. The other thing I just wanted to talk about is setting boundaries in the 3D. So it's okay to set boundaries. We often don't even need to, because remember, it's the 4D where we're creating from. So when you have a strong self-concept, you're chosen, that everyone worships you, loves you, and adores you, we don't often need to set boundaries, because that's what's showing up in our 3D. If we have to set boundaries in our 3D, it's often because we have something going on in our 4D story that's not great. Like, I'm not respected, people don't respect my boundaries, things like this. So if you are finding that, it is okay to set a boundary in the 3D and say to somebody, hey, I'm not liking the way that you're treating me and I need to take a break. Or setting another boundary could be that you just simply pull your energy away. That's also really effective, because we just don't want to be putting our efforts and energies anywhere unnecessarily. We don't want to be giving all of our energy and power away to something that's negative and unfavorable. So we want to just always be focusing on what's feeling good for me, what's my story, what resonates, what feels true, and then leaning into that, really lean into your joy. So yeah, that is essentially why circumstances don't matter and how we can set boundaries. And I want you to just know as well that you can't mess this up. Like, if you're sort of sitting there thinking, well, this happened and now I have to do this to fix it, but if I do that, then this will go wrong. I just want you to remember that you're the operant power, and everything that you do, no matter what you do, is going to be the right thing. So just trust yourself, trust your 4D, trust that you're the operant power. You can't mess it up. It's already done. You're on the bridge of events. So if things look a little bit messy and unclear and muddy right now, that's okay. You're still on the bridge of events. It's already done. You just have to keep trusting, relaxing, and persisting in this beautiful 4D story, this 4D experience, because that is what will be emanated without. And the more you practice it and cultivate it and trust it, the more magical your 3D is going to be. The more magical your 4D is, the more magical your 3D will be. So I want you to stop looking for evidence out there in the 3D, because you're sort of pressing pause on your 4D beautiful imagination, and also perhaps not trusting the process. So I want you to just really, really start cultivating this beautiful 4D life for yourself. Really tap into your imagination. Really just go to the end and saturate yourself with this beautiful new story. I love meditation in the way that when I say marinate or saturate in this new story, I imagine this big beautiful waterfall coming down, over your head, and it's all these beautiful ideas, and it's love, and it's peace, and it's it's marriage, it's your SP, it's money, it's just complete abundance. I really love that visualization with meditating, so feel free to try that. But I'm also available for one-on-one live coaching, and I'm loving all the sessions lately, and I'm loving all the success stories that are coming in, even after clients have had just 1 or 2 sessions. It's beautiful, the shift that you can see. And sometimes, even more recently, I'm having clients come back to me from 6 months ago, when we may have just had 1.5 hour session, and they've kind of dabbled in it a little bit, and they've come back a few months later and they've had huge life transformations, particularly with their specific person. So if it resonates and you need some support, I'm here for live coaching. I have heaps of different packages and offerings available. In the links in the bio, you just click the Calendly links and then you can sort of sift through whatever you want to do. And I also offer a bunch of 7-day challenges as well, which are really intense. So if you're having a really difficult time and you're just really out of whack, or maybe not even trusting in manifesting, I would highly recommend those 7-day challenges because they just get you right back into it. And they're full of meditations and inner conversations and daily informative videos. It's a real quick deep dive. And I love deep diving in our one-on-one sessions too, because I want you to have the most amazing experience, the most amazing results, and I want you to just really realize that you're the only operant power in your reality, because you are. And when you know that, you're just unstoppable. So it's a really fantastic experience. So yeah, that is us today for why circumstances don't matter, and that is why you can also set firm boundaries in the 3D if you need to. Again, we don't always have to. If your 4D story is strong enough, you can simply just remove your energy from anything or anyone that you need to just take a minute from. Revision is so important. I think I might do a video on that coming up soon. Revision can be a lifesaver, particularly for trauma survivors, or people who have been through very traumatic experiences, especially in their childhood. Revision is incredible. We use this word revision in the manifesting scheme of things, but with psychology and counseling, we use lots of different types of therapies to move through this, but it is actually revision in a nutshell. So it's just beautiful how, the law of assumption crosses over in everyday, science and in everyday counseling practices. Hello, Hunter, welcome. I see a few more of you joining. I'm just going to be on here for a few more minutes. If anyone has any manifesting questions, feel free to post them. But I'm loving coming on here every day, and I'm loving showing you a different view. I will be showing my face probably from next week onwards. I'm just doing so much travel at the moment, which I'm so happy about. I love traveling, and so I'm just showing you a few of the views of where I'm at. But if anyone has any questions, feel free to post. I'll be on here for a couple more minutes. And I'm just loving meeting everyone and getting to know where everyone is from. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to know. I'm in sunny Australia, Victoria. Really beautiful day here. And this is my office view today. I wish the fence wasn't there and then you could see all the beautiful eucalyptus trees. But yeah, manifesting. I just want to finish up too by letting you know that manifesting is not meant to feel hard. It's not meant to feel like hard work. It's meant to feel like detaching and trusting and relaxing and allowing and receiving. It's meant to feel chilled and peaceful and empowering, like you really know that you're in your element. So if you're feeling like you're struggling, things are hard, you don't know what to do, you're just stuck, I can guarantee that you're probably too much in the 3D. And we just don't want to be out there in the 3D too much. Like, we want to be in observer mode and observe what's happening in our 3D, but we don't want to take it on and perceive it as definite, final, the end, because as I was saying before, we're always creating in the now moment. So things can change all the time, even in an instant. In an instant, things can change. So if you're feeling like you're really, really struggling, come back into your 4D, recenter, trust, regulate your emotions, really use your beautiful imagination, revise, and just detach, really detach from the 4D. And detachment doesn't mean letting go, giving up. It just means releasing the anxieties and the control that you have around your manifestations. It's just going, okay, I don't need to try and control all of this all the time and figure out the how, the when, the why, the if. I just simply need to go within, trust, relax, and enjoy. So manifesting is meant to be relaxing and simple. It's not always easy if we have a lot of resistance. Often I see with clients in sessions, there's a lot of resistance around a specific person, the person that we're in love with, because we have a lot of high emotions and we may have formed deep connections and attachments. And we don't often form those deep connections and attachments with something like our car. You know, some people do, but often we don't. So we don't have as much resistance to having things in terms of, you know, the person that we love. So I really do specialize working with people with their specific person, but also love working with people with abundance and money and career and travel, but just really helping you become more self-empowered, knowing that you're the only operant power. Hello again, Hunter. Thank you for joining. Let me know where you're from. I'd love to know. Okay, I think that is me done for today, but I will hop on here again tomorrow. I did a little poll on the YouTube channel yesterday, just seeing what times work well. I think the 6 p.m. New York time worked the best, but I'm thinking I might just hop on a couple times a day so that I can kind of cover everyone's time zones, because I know I have clients all over the place. It's about 10:30 a.m. here on a Tuesday morning, so I am from the future in Australia. But if you have any time zones that you prefer, like, let me know. Just put them in that post, the polling post, or comment on this video, times that work for you. And because I just love connecting with everyone, and I really want to just build such a beautiful community of people who are loving their lives, getting results, really stepping into their power, feeling like they know they're the operant power. Hello, Aussie gal. Oh my God, does this mean you're Aussie? Let me know where you're from. I'd love to know. I'm in Victoria, Northeast Victoria, and Melbourne a lot as well. I'm just back and forth there, and then traveling a lot, which is really fun. I really wanted to go live recently when I was in Europe. I was in Europe for about 6 weeks with one of my best friends who had never been to Europe before, and it was just so fantastic, and I really missed going live with everyone. I'm in New South Wales. I love that. I love New South Wales. Yes, which part? Are you like in Sydney, up that way? Love it. One of my best friends lives in Sydney, and he catches a ferry from Mossman over to the city and works in Bond Street. He's one of those people. I call him James Bond. But yeah, love New South. Love it. I think we say New South Welshman. The bush. Yes, I love it. I'm from the bush in Victoria too. So much fun. And I think, I love doing these videos because I love being out in nature. Although this is sort of a bit of my backyard at the moment, but I grew up in Sydney. Love Sydney. So beautiful. There's always this rivalry between Sydney and Melbourne, but I don't think so. I think they're both so unique and so beautiful and so different. They're their own people. They bring out such wonderful things in their own ways. I love that. I'm excited to get up to Sydney soon and visit some friends. And Sydney's amazing for New Year's Eve. I think it's one of the first countries to go off for New Year's. I think New Zealand might be the first, and then Australia. But yay. And I can't believe it's nearly Christmas and New Year's. So I want to say too, if anyone is like really trying to manifest something specifically between now and the end of the year, reach out if you want coaching, because I'm all about fast results and getting you in that state of the wish fulfilled and just knowing that you're the operant power. So yeah, thank you so much for joining. Thank you, Aussie gal. It's so nice to connect with an Aussie too. I love that. I love that everyone is just from all over the place, and it's just so beautiful. But yeah, have a wonderful day, everyone. And I'll probably be on here same time tomorrow. But I might come on a couple times a day. We'll just see. We'll see what the time zones are up to. But thank you so much. I just subscribed. Can't wait for more. Thank you so much. I can't wait too. Thank you for being here. It's just beautiful. Yay, the Aussies. But yes, thank you everyone. And I will see you tomorrow. Have a beautiful rest of the day and can't wait to chat. Okay. Bye everyone. Bye bye.